Greetings, salutations, and good now. I'm astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major, and welcome to our February forecast. We're going to be looking at the month of February, some key dates. We're going to be highlighting planetary placements, some potent aspects, alignments, retrogrades, direct motions, and the whole lot. So hang on to your horses. Hang on to your hats, hold on to your fasten your seatbelts, whatever, man. Let's get ready. Let's just dive into it. This month of February is going to be quite interesting. It's the Aquarius season, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of the Aquariuses. And in my Aquarius forecast, I kind of talked about this forward momentum that we're going to be having. Innovation, changes, distractions. We're going to have to bob and weave and be able to move around the hurdles and obstacles and curveballs. But again, just pushing forward. We had the conjunction with Pluto around, I think it was the 21st. I can't remember exactly, but the conjunction with Pluto, would have highlighted exactly what we needed to let go, destroy, break down, bring death and destruction to, so we could rebuild with a stronger foundation. So now that we are in the month of February, more or less the same of this, forward momentum, despite the odds, despite the difficulties, despite the emotions. We have a lot of water in the ear, a lot of placements in Pisces. I made a video earlier. It's worth checking out how this Aquarius season is low-key like a Piscean season, just because of all of the planetary placements and aspects and alignments coming from the Piscean space. Now, we have Venus in Pisces about to enter Aries. So in the later degrees of Pisces, is going to conjunct Neptune, is going to conjunct the node. And so a lot of watery energy, a lot of intuition, a lot of emotion, a lot of romanticizing our reality and fantasizing and kind of longing for better. We know that this Piscean energy gives us hope and optimism, and we look at the brighter side of life. Or we could, if we want to, we could see the green grass among the hay or whatever. Now, this could be a good or a bad aspect depending on your emotional maturity, because if you over romanticize or live in a fantasy world, then again, that forward momentum that Aquarius sun is urging, you could be a bit lost. You could feel like, hey, I'm already at the destination, when you're barely off of the starting line. So we need to be careful with all of these Piscean energies. On the 4th of February, Venus is going to enter Aries, leave Pisces, enter Aries. And so for me, this signals taking bold actions, having the courage to, pop out and go for the things that you want. Venus, in my interpretation, correlates to feeling fulfilled and how we go about, pulling up that tank. And so whether it is through intimacy, whether it is through artistic expression and, getting the appreciation and accolades, whether it's beautifying ourselves and just, being more attractive so you feel appreciated and wanted and stuff like this. We're going to be making bolder moves to attain, that sense of fulfillment. So whether it is, through a person, place, thing, circumstance or situation, Venus is going to urge us to, have a bit more courage and assertiveness. Around the same time, the 4th of February, Jupiter is going to go direct. This is a great, it's going to halt and then go forward with a direct motion. And so, more direct motions, more forward momentum. Jupiter deals with our expansion, our growth. It's in Gemini, which also deals with, wisdom and learning and traveling and being social. Gemini is a sign of the intellect, an air sign. And so Jupiter, even though it's opposite to, its native or natal place, which is Sagittarius, I think Jupiter does great in Gemini, bringing expansion to the way how we think, rationalize, communicate, socialize. The retrograde was highlighting or asking us to reevaluate our past experiences. And so with all of this reevaluation and introspection, we should be able to, expand with a lot more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and overstanding of who we are and our personal identity and individual experience. And again, Aquarius Sun urging us to move forward. So this is a great placement. So more forward movement. Like in February, you need to have a goal, a passion, a target, something that you're working towards, because we have influences urging us towards some future. Yeah. So you better have set some goals, especially around the new moon that we experienced just a few days ago. Talking about moons, we're going to be having 2 potent moon phases, which we're going to get into. The 9th of February, Sun conjuncts Mercury in Aquarius. Again, more forward momentum. Mercury thinking, processing information, rationalizing, being logical, sharing information, communicating, being social, learning. Conjunct in Aquarius, so again, more forward momentum is to be expected. On the 12th, we're going to be having a full moon in Leo. Let's just go over here. Yeah, we're going to be having the full moon in Leo, and again, full moon, the climax, bringing forth a lot of passion, self-expression, boldness, releasing fears of, not being seen or maybe being seen. You know what I'm saying? At this time, we could be more emboldened to stand up and stand out. It's going to be opposing, Aquarius. Aquarius, more of a team player in the background, maybe a bit reserved, not too shy, because Aquariuses are known to be social butterflies, but again, they could be detached, they could be a bit stoic because of that heavy Saturn influence. So full moon emboldens us and shows us that, hey, it's okay to exude your fire and let your fire blaze and burn. So themes of confidence, creativity, and just being more passionate at that time. Let's go back over here to the astral calendar. Sorry. Pisces is going to enter, not Pisces, Mercury is going to enter Pisces just after the full moon. And this kind of, brings in more Piscean energy. Sun is going to enter Pisces around the 18th. We're, again, a heavy Piscean influence. We need to be strong. We're going to do more videos talking about Pisces in the coming days. Neptune is going to conjunct the node in Pisces. Mars goes direct around the 24th. On the 25th, we're going to have a conjunction between Mercury and Saturn in Pisces. And on the 28th, we're going to have a new moon in Pisces. So Pisces is dominating this February season. We need to be disciplined. We need to be, let me go back. Discipline emotionally. We need to be mature emotionally, because the Pisces again is water sign, so it deals with our intuition, deals with our emotions, deals with our internal, deals with, a lot of unconscious programs that we have running. So yeah, a heavy emphasis on being grounded in reality, being stable, being disciplined, being mature, and showing that maturity, showing that wisdom. I think February is going to be a lot like January, simply because of the heavy Piscean influence that we already had in January, during a bit of the Capricorn season, also in this Aquarius season, a lot of Pisces energy, and then we're gonna be full blown Pisces. So while we still have a bit of sense and sensibility, while we still have logic on our side, with Sun being in Aquarius, where we could be logical, rational, we see that all of these emotions are being tossed into delay, distract, and it's not totally a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. The Piscean influence is great because it taps us into the higher realms, the astral realms, the dream realms, the unconscious realms, the subconscious realms, the internal realms, and that's where everything is foundated and predicated on. Like for most people, it depends on how you feel. That's how you act and react, and how people make you feel, and your intuition and your gut feeling. And Pisces even alludes to dreams and best wishes and idealism. So what you wish to attain, and so while all of that is on the cards, we still on the other hand need to be rational, logical here. We need to be grounded, stable, secure, mature earth to balance out all of the water that we're going to be experiencing during this month of February. There's some alignments with Sun, Uranus. That's what I wanted to talk about. Uranus already went direct from, I think, the 1st of February, or maybe it could have been early in January. Uranus is direct in Taurus. Uranus doesn't necessarily like to be here, but again, a lot more forward momentum when it comes to stability, security, maturity, tangible results, finances, money, value, worth, acquisitions, property, the whole lot. So again, another heavy influence on, bolstering up ourselves, what I'm saying, strengthening up ourselves and moving forward. Like, we're 14 degrees into the Aquarian season, 14 days. We don't have much more time before we fully emerge into the Piscean season, which is going to take more from us. By that time, Venus would have shifted into Aries, but we still were in that final, stage of the death phase, as I would like to call it, the winter, the winter portion before we have the spring. So a heavy emphasis on, continuing to work hard, because your survival depends on it. Now we're in a more technological age where we're not so primal, and weather and the environment doesn't have such a heavy impact on us, especially here in the Western world. So it's not the winter of old. However, esoterically, we're still in that time where, hey, we are living off of our fat, we are living off of our accumulation, we are living off of the foundations that we establish for ourselves. That Capricorn energy, Aquarius, forward thinking, changes, innovation, but being persistent and consistent to uphold our foundation. the Capricorn. Pisces being mutable, adaptable, changeable, flexible, so we could survive the winter. So spring, we could spring forward, we could come out of, hibernation, come out of the cave, come out of, the reserves, and be able to really spring forward and, I'm saying, have that new year. But we're still in the debt phase. However, living in the tropics, we don't really experience it like that. But esoterically, spiritually, we're still in a time where we need to embolden ourselves and be strong, I'm saying, so we could, get to this more, the spring equinox, I'm saying, and we could kind of, then again, looking forward into March. March is going to be really action packed. That's when a lot of, things are going to be really unfolded. You understand me? So again, this Aquarius season, just before we get into the Pisces season, I feel like it's time, or it's a moment for us to seize opportunities, for us to seize, if we're sensible, rational, logical, grounded, and balanced, I'm saying, taking all of that dreamy mysticism, fantasy, elusive, romantic, intimate, Piscean, compassionate, hopeful energy, I'm saying, and blending it with, the logic, and moving forward towards our goals. All right, if you like this video, like it, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think. How are you feeling about February? Are you optimistic? Are you doubtful? Are you hopeful? What are your goals, plans, ambitions? Heavily advise everyone to get natal reading, personal reading, so you could understand yourself astrologically. Major farewell until we meet or greet again. I'm Astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major.